What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Shonen Showdown. And today, we're looking at anime TikToks again. Let's get to it.
Monkeys. Do me a favor and pick any one out of the 7 sins, because all 7 of them beat the Phantom Troupe.
Okay. All 7 beating the Phantom Troupe. That's tough. Now, don't get me wrong. The 7 deadly sins would definitely win. But there are a couple names in the Phantom Troupe that can get busy. Crollo would be one of them. Another name, Phaeton, is a beast. Hisoka at one point was in there as well. And not everybody in the 7 deadly sins is top tier. I have questions about Ban. Pre-Purgatory Ban, at least. I know in the manga he's a beast. But as of right now, I have some questions. I also have questions about Diane and whether she can get the job done against somebody like Crollo. But overall, 7 deadly sins do win. So let's keep going.
Crunchyroll, I don't know how many legitimate, anime streaming sites there are. I mostly use Crunchyroll anyway, and then there's Funimation that I'll use sometimes, and there are other sites, but I ain't putting them on blast, because we know what happened to our other site, saying people line-wired it. It got out too much, it got too popular, people was putting it on lists and shit just for views, and now look, we all f***ed up. So if you guys know other, anime streaming legitimate platforms, then comment them. But for a strictly anime streaming site, I just know of Crunchyroll and Funimation. Teach me, I don't know.
Alright, so this is actually a much more important conversation. When it comes to anime streaming services, there's a lot of questions that we have. First of all, Crunchyroll is the kingpin right now. We have a lot of titans in the industry that are actually trying to get a piece of the pie. We see Amazon Prime in there. We see Netflix in there. Hulu's in there. Obviously Funimation, old time. But my biggest thing is the illegal sites, and we're not going to get into names. There has to be a way where these anime companies and these animation studios can provide anime to us in a similar fashion of the illegal sites. I know it sounds impossible. I know there's a lot of exclusive deals going on, but it comes to a point where the consumer really needs to watch anime on the level of an illegal site. It's just bottom line is what it is. Even if all these illegal sites are shut down, the problem that arises is that you're gonna have to purchase multiple different streaming services to watch multiple different shows. I don't know if that will come over well when anime fans have to hear that. So if there's any way that Japan or the animation studios can figure out a way to get these exclusive deals off, I don't know, form a union, do something, because my god, I mean, right now I would say Crunchyroll as well, but I want to watch 7 Deadly. I can't go to Crunchyroll. That's an issue. Let's keep going.
Fans, I'm disappointed in you. How is it that My Hero Academia has been around for so long and no one's noticed this? Well, Naruto, you guys know how Tenten has less screen time than its swing, right?
Yep.
Well, I got a better one for you. What if I told you that this invisible girl has less screen time than Deku's hospital bed?
Okay, and what's the problem with that? As far as I'm concerned, Deku's hospital bed has more feats than Toru, as of right now. The Invisible Girl has not shown me anything for her to be getting top tier screen time over Deku's hospital bed. Because at the end of the day, Deku is alive because of that hospital bed. Toru, right now, has not done anything in the series to really have much screen time. We got to see more from her. Once you have more abilities, more feats, you start doing more things in Class 1A, by all means, yeah, we'll up the screen time. But as of right now, Deku's hospital bed takes it. Let's keep moving.
Fairy Tail is not trash. Shizumek Shinobis, you guys already know, I am a huge fan of Fairy Tail. And while I understand that it is by no means the best shonen anime out there, I still feel that to this day it gets unnecessary hate and slander.
Okay.
See, one of the biggest problems in the anime community that I notice is that people develop opinions that a show is bad, not based off of legitimate criticisms after watching said series, but rather after seeing memes on the internet. However, if you actually watch Fairy Tail, you'll realize that there's a lot to actually love about it. And also that many of the criticisms that are made about the show are criticisms that you could make about literally any shonen anime. Like, for example, the power of friendship. People say that it's used in excess in Fairy Tail. However, I would argue that the power of friendship is used in every single mainstream shonen anime. It's just not called the power of friendship, but rather plot armor. I would argue that Fairy Tail is kind of like a combination of everything that makes shonen anime great. And believe it or not, you're not so.
Alright, so a lot was said here by Shizzleman. First point, plot armor and the power of friendship. Yes, they are similar. We have seen similar things in shonen series other than Fairy Tail that have been able to pull it off in a much better way. But at the end of the day, we cannot destroy Fairy Tail strictly off of the power of friendship. But there are elements of Fairy Tail that were bad. And my biggest thing on Fairy Tail was, it was a Grand Magic Games arc for me. The Grand Magic Games was one of the biggest plot points in the series. And we know there's a big fan base for Erza Scarlet. I am of a person where I'm watching the Fairy Tail Guild. I want to see everybody shine. First of all, there's other S-class wizards in there that completely got nerfed. For what reason? I have no idea. Look what happened to Mirror Jane. Mirror Jane was a top dog earlier on in Fairy Tail. Just completely fell off to make light for other people. But forget all that. You have Erza Scarlet go into a 1 versus 100 task, completely mows over everything. So right now it's like, all right, Erza is looking like Goku. Erza is literally looking like Goku in Fairy Tail. Who can stop her? They spent so many episodes hyping up Kagura from Mermaid Heel, saying, oh, how Kagura is a beast. Kagura is a dog. Kagura can get the job done. Kagura showed no fear going up against Erza. Pretty much was beating Erza. And look what happened. While Erza's losing this fight, Kagura's putting in work. It is not to say that I want to see the Fairy Tail Guild lose or say that I don't even like Erza. But there comes a point in series where we want some realistic action. We want our heroes in our favorite shonen series to go through struggles, because that is similar to real life. We feel that when they go through that struggle and they overcome it, it's a big thing to us as anime fans. And when you watch Fairy Tail, that element is completely stripped, because going back to the fight with Erza and Kagura, Kagura was dogging her, and then they're just like, oh, wait, we're friends. I was friends with Simone and blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, they're dapping each other up. Minerva comes out of nowhere, and the fight is done. Now they're teaming up together, and Kagura has to get saved by Erza. What is this cheese? Why are things like this happening in Fairy Tail? Fairy Tail was it was great, but there's moments like that which kind of bring it down the rankings for me personally, even if you're a top Fairy Tail fan. Now, I have not finished Fairy Tail. I'm in the process of finishing it. But that is what made me put the series on pause, because I was seeing things like that on multiple occasions, and that's just not good. Next.
To the anime salty spittoon, where only the toughest anime characters can come in. If you're not tough enough, you'll get sent to Wingy Hope Juniors. Now, how tough are you? Watch this. So you can create fire and eat it? I know I can't eat fire, so I think that's pretty tough. Come on in.
Let him in. Natsu, all for it.
Welcome to the anime salty spittoon. Now, how tough are you? Yada yada daze. Star Platinum. Zawardo!
Yes, Teishi, let him in.
I can't move. Did he stop time? Oh no, he's walking right past me. I wouldn't be able to stop him if I wanted to.
I heard that only the toughest anime characters can get into the salty spittoon. That's right. Now, how tough are you? I thought I'd let you know that I'm one of the strongest pirate captains out there on the ocean. I have 8,000 men back on my ship right now. I smell cap. Now show me how tough you are. Get lost. Alright, fine. Just let me get my slingshot. Slingshot? Slingshots aren't tough. Stop wasting my time. Take your ass to...
Yo, listen, Teishi, that series is fire, man. Keep going with it. But he's right. I would not let Usopp in there either. But let's not sleep. Usopp did have that one moment, and we all know what I'm about to say. Corona. The Usopp hammer. That attack for me just put Usopp in a different class because he was using Cap to win a fight, and it worked. I mean, shoot, if you can lie and still win, I mean, Usopp might have got it. You know what? I might let him in. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Let's keep going.
I just want to talk about one of the characters that's getting a lot of hate for no good reason, and that character is Isabella. No, not that Isabella. Isabella from Promised Neverlands.
Okay.
She is the mother of the children of the Grace Fieldhouse, and I feel like she shouldn't be getting that much hate because, manga aside, if you just watch the show, you understand why she did what she did. She was the survival of the fittest. She was in the exact same position as Norman was when she looked over the wall and saw it was nothing. There was no way for her to escape whatsoever.
Right.
And she did the only thing that she could do, which was survive, which gave her Ray. And even though she pained her to see all her kids die, which I hope she did.
I hope too.
She also did to survive, which I understand her situation, but I don't think she should get that much hate, which you guys are really giving to her. It's kind of, you guys would do the exact same thing if you were in her shoes.
Okay, so a lot of things were said here about Isabella. Now, Isabella was definitely put in one of the most difficult situations that we have ever seen in all of anime. Would I have done the same exact thing if I were in her shoes? Hell no. There's no way I can sit there and ship out Connie. I would have had to figure out some other way to get the job done. At the end of the day, Isabella went on this path. She definitely deserves some criticism because of her not telling any of the students anything. I mean, she couldn't fill in her own son on like, yo, this is what's going on. Maybe we could try to figure something out to combat the demons that are attacking humanity. Like, nothing at all. You actually decide to double down and bring in outside help, which is Sister Krone, to make sure the kids are in line. You've already chosen your side at that point. And that's why I feel like a lot of people criticize her, because it's not even like she was trying to see what the kids were feeling. Even if you have given up hope, Isabella, the kids haven't, and that should have been enough for you to fight more with them rather than ship them out to get eaten. So she definitely deserves some criticism, but I'm not gonna lie, her situation was trash. It was trash. Let's continue.
4 regular benders who would have been better avatars than Aang and Korra. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
At number 1, Toph Beifong. Already a master of 3 different styles of earthbending, including sand, metal, regular earthbending, and if she had learned magma like they did in Legend of Korra, she would have been an earthbending avatar. Number 2, Uncle Iroh, aka the Dragon of the West. Actually probably the only firebender who wasn't trying to destroy the world, right? Besides training with 2 dragons, this man was affluent in other styles of martial arts that he learned from other benders, i.e. waterbenders, which allowed him to redirect lightning and allowed him to use other styles of martial art. Next up, we got Bad Katara. I mean, just like Toph, she was a master of 3 different styles of waterbending as well, i.e. ice, water, and of course bloodbending, which is for only a select few. Lastly, we have this Legend Zaire. Number 1, this man had no bending, got airbending, and was hanging with airbending masters first battles. Number 2, only airbender that actually learned how to fly on his own. Lastly, this man could enter the spirit world. He was talking to Korra in the spirit world and talking to regular people in the physical world.
Okay. All right, so my boy Anime Sundays. I'm just going to say, I completely agree here. Listen, everything you said is spot on. Aang and Korra, great avatar. But when you're talking about Toph and Katara and Zahir and Iroh and what they would bring to the table if they were given the ability to access all 4 elements. I mean, the possibilities are endless. They have pushed airbending to a new level, waterbending to a new level, firebending to a new level, earthbending to a new level, and oh, by the way, they have found different types of bending within those elements. I mean, they're just top-notch people, top-notch benders. Aang and Korra are elite, and don't get me wrong, Aang can box with a lot of people. I have questions about Korra though, but Aang can box with a lot of people. At the end of the day, if all 4 of these benders became Avatar, probably gonna be Aang and Korra. Probably. It's gonna be close with Zahir, I feel like. With Aang, that's gonna be a little close for me. Maybe Katara too, with the blood mending. But other than that, I mean, Toph and Iroh, yeah, they can see Aang and Korra if they were avatars for sure. Let's continue.
Goku could not beat Giorno Giovanna. I know, it's hard to hear that your Big Daddy Goku can be beaten, but it's true. Giorno Giovanna's stand, Gold Experience Requiem, sets things to 0. Its ability is reset to 0, and it has the life-giving powers I had before. But with reset to 0, nothing Goku can do can hurt Giorno. I'm sorry, it sucks to hear. I know it's probably like just killing you, but you gotta admit it, he can't beat him, okay? I'm not saying, however, that Giorno could kill Goku, because on his own, he's not even close to strong enough. But I'm saying that they basically might as well not fight, because Goku can't kill Giorno, and Giorno's not strong enough to kill Goku, so there. Stop arguing.
Okay, so this right here has been one of the craziest anime debates that we've had on this channel. Giorno versus Goku. My initial stance was that Goku is destroying Giorno. After learning more about Gold Experience Requiem and what it does, I have changed my stance. Not to Giorno beating Goku, but to rather it being a stalemate. And it's pretty much a similar point in this video. I believe Giorno would be able to stop Goku from attacking him, but once he does that, I don't believe I have seen anything in Giorno's arsenal of attacks that can really damage Goku. I have not seen one attack that's really gonna put Goku on his back and call it the end of the day. I have not seen it. I know there are people out there that believe that Giorno will be able to do that. I don't see it. So I think it would end in a stalemate. I believe, you know, Goku can't attack him. Giorno can't damage Goku to a point to defeat him. That's it. That's it. That's the end of the fight. All right, so you guys let me know whether you agree with these TikToks, you disagree. Listen, again, all love to the TikTok creators. Make sure you guys go follow them, go check out their content, support them. And if you guys like this series, please leave a like and I'll keep it going. Peace.